I'm your man Tonka. Listen, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch another Tonka tactical video. In this video, it's going to be a bit different obviously from the gameplay videos that I normally kind of put out there, as you can see from my desk here. But, well, first of all, as you know, or if you've seen me on the Frontline Paintball podcast, if you've seen me in my videos, or just know me in general, you know that I've always said, I was always very adamant about that. The next marker that I was going to purchase was going to be a T15. I'm presently running an M17, and you know, it's a great marker overall, but you know what, the reliability simply wasn't there. Balls were breaking. As you know, I only, by and large, I only run first strikes, and they get kind of steep, but they were constantly breaking on me, and the reliability of that marker was just, it simply wasn't there. So I was getting really, really frustrated, and so I was doing a lot of research, and I said, you know what, the T15 looks amazing. I like the AR style platform and all that sort of stuff. But, as you can see, I'm now cutting a video for the EMF, right? So you're probably wondering why I decided to switch gears. So listen, in this video, I'm going to talk about the EMF100 and why I think you should get it. And I think by the time you finish watching this video, you're going to realize that this is the best marker for you. And also, if you stay till the end of the video, I'm going to show you how you can win one of these markers or any other marker for your very own self. Okay, now I want this to be perfectly clear. Planet Eclipse, who manufactured this marker, is not paying me for this video in any way. I bought this video, I bought this marker, and I wanted to create this video because I was so very impressed with this marker. Now listen, there are some negatives associated with this marker, but I'll talk about that in a few minutes. And you're not going to want to miss that, so again, stay until the end because it'll help with your decision in purchasing this marker versus any other marker. The other thing is, I want to give a big shout out, as I always do, to my amazing, amazing Tonka Tactical sponsors, which is Tier1ArmamentsStore.com, which is your online store for all your Magfed paintball needs. And also, if you go through them, if you're from Canada, anything you get off the MCS website, if you go through Tier 1 Armament, you can actually get it much cheaper than if you go directly through MCS. And of course, my other sponsor, which is Tactical Sports in Barrie, which is a brick and mortar store. They have everything you need, man. If you go into the store, man, it's jam-packed with anything paintball and even airsoft as well. All right, so yeah, let me say one other thing. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my videos. It really helps a lot. You'll get notifications. Hit that subscribe and bell button, and you'll get all notifications of my upcoming videos. And one more thing. So I just want to mention one other thing, and that is if you haven't already, you want to sign up for my Tonka Tactical Facebook group, where there's about 1,500 plus amazing paintball players from all around the world. It's a really exciting channel on my page, my Facebook group there. And you're not going to want to miss out. So check it out. All the links are in the show notes and all that sort of stuff. Anyways, enough of that. Let's talk about the the EMF100 and why I decided to get it. Now listen, I'm not going to go through the contents of the box in here, which by the way, well, first of all, there's a lot of other videos talking about the contents and all that sort of stuff. I'm not going to go through that. But I'll tell you, the stuff that they do put in this box is outstanding. The instruction manual, the O-rings, the Allen key set, everything you need to make sure that your marker is running in perfect, pristine running condition is in here. So again, I won't go through the contents in here. There's a lot of other videos talking about that. But what I want to do is go over the EMF100. Okay, now as you can see, okay, it has the stock, the tank. It's got a big scope on it, and it's got my Tacticam, which is an amazing camera. Tacticam, which is like a GoPro and a film through scope. So basically what it does, the camera goes through this apparatus and films everything that I see. So it's brilliant, but I'll cut a video about that later on. Now listen, I want you to understand that when you purchase the EMF100, it doesn't come with its entire outfit here. Basically what happens is the power stock or the PWR stock. The tank and of course the scope and the camera do not come with it. It's basically this unit right here, including a mag. Okay, and I'll talk about the mags in a few minutes, and I'll tell you the concept of the mags are brilliant, but there are some negatives associated with it. But anyways, this is Planet Eclipse's first attempt at a Magfed marker, and I'll tell you right now, they nailed it. In every single aspect of this marker, by and large, they nailed it. It is on point. Now listen, as I mentioned before, the reason, I was going to get a T15, but the reason why I didn't get the T15, even though I love the look and just everything about the feel, you know, the maintenance of it, it's just not something that I wanted to deal with. There's a lot of maintenance, from my understanding, with that, because I know a lot of guys that run with it, and that's why I didn't go with it. But the EMF, man, maintenance is very, very minimal. And I'll tell you, when I pulled this out of the box, when I first held it, I was blown away by the weight. This material is like this glass-infused nylon. It's basically a really, really hard plastic, durable plastic, but really, really lightweight. So you know what? You're not going to get fatigued when you run around with it, and it's very easy to maneuver from side to side and things of that nature. The other thing is this. Again, I cannot express the importance of reliability. Again, when you're in a firefight, and as you know, I run around on my own pretty much all the time. Here and there I'll run with guys, but I love running alone because it's just more intense for me to play, right? I love that intense adrenaline rush, right? So the last thing I want to worry about is not having this marker fire properly, or the balls are breaking, stuff like that, when I'm all by myself and dealing with a bunch of other players, right? Enemy players, right? And this has that reliability. And I'll tell you, I ran this all day long, and as you know, if you've seen on my other videos, I run really, really hard. I'm pretty aggressive, as I've said a million times in my other videos. And this never once had any firing issue. From the mag speed, for the balls breaking, anything of that nature, it did not break whatsoever. As you can see, I didn't even clean this gun. I cleaned a bit because I got hit, but I didn't even touch the barrel. And if you look down the barrel, you'll see that it's very, very clean. Why is that? Because again, nothing broke in this marker whatsoever. And I'll tell you, the other thing is this. When I first fired this marker, actually, I'll show you this gameplay. I'll show you this gameplay where I'm sniping these guys off. Because I'll tell you, when I first fired this marker, what surprised me was how quiet it actually is to fire. You know, I always ran my M17, and the M17 was really loud. I love that sound. And so when I first started firing this marker, it was really quiet, almost as if it's silence. I thought, you know what? I don't know if I want to run with such a quiet marker. Maybe I'll get a barrel to modify the sound and make it louder. But after running and sniping and all that sort of stuff, as you can see in this gameplay here, I'm not going to change it up. I love how, now it's not, there's no absolutely zero nose profile, but it's very, very quiet. So if you're in the bush and you're sniping people off, man, they don't know where it's coming from, as you can see from this video where I'm just sniping people off left and right. Now, the other thing is this. When I first pulled this out, the game that I played, the FPS was 280. As soon as I pulled this out, I didn't even modify any of the airflow or anything of the speed, and it fired at 280. And not only did it fire at 280, but it was very, very consistent. It may have deviated by a few feet here and there, but by and large, it was bang on 280, 280, 280. Again, may have deviated a bit, but only marginal amounts. That's how beautiful this marker is. Not only that, but the air efficiency is fantastic. This is a 13 CSI, 3,000 PSI tank, CI tank, sorry, 13 CI tank, 3,000 PSI. And I run with six mags, 20 rounds each, and I could have probably fired, I don't know, 8 to 10, 12, maybe even 12 mags out of this one tank. I had a lot of air left over, even though I ran out of ammo with using my 6 mags. So again, it's very, very efficient in its running. Now, let me tell you one other thing. Like I said before, I normally run primarily first strike, simply because of the accuracy. I don't like inefficiency. I like to have my gameplay very, very precise. So if I'm going to nail someone, I know that there's going to be very little deviation of the round. Like round balls, right? There's a lot of wind because of the wind influence. There's going to be a lot of deviation with the ball. But with first strikes, it's pretty much bang on all the time. Now, I use a stock barrel. Okay, now in this game clip, what you're going to see is me running with first strikes, but I'm running out of first strike, so a couple of my other mags were round ball. And you'll see that when I run the first strikes, again, I'm using the default or the manufacturing barrel. It's not rifled, it's a smooth barrel. And the accuracy was bang on. You'll see I'm firing both first strikes initially, nail the guy, and then I'm running round ball, which you'll see in this video. I'll kind of explain the gameplay in a second. And I'm running, change the mag to the round ball, and I was nailing these guys. Further on, as the ball kind of shot out of the marker, and there's a certain degree of deviation, like not in this particular video, but in other videos I have. But that's to be expected. But by and large, the barrel is outstanding. Now, I think ultimately, just again to enhance the efficiency of my gameplay and the rounds and stuff like that, I will get a rifle barrel. My understanding that in this case for the EMF100, Nemesis is the barrel to run with. My other markers, like the M17 and my Tipex, I always run hammerheads, and they've been outstanding. So, but you know what? I'm going to try the Nemesis barrel, and we'll see how that works. Again, I've got a lot of good reports and reviews from that Nemesis barrel, but right now, just the way it is stock, it is phenomenal. Phenomenal. I'll tell you, I can't express enough to you how amazing this marker is.
Is that Keanu bunker? He's right there. He's out! Got, you bet, buddy. There's another guy to the bunker to the right. Shit. I'm out of first strike. Shit. I got him though. I'll take care of him. Got him. I got the guy on the left-hand side there. Two left bunkers are clear.
Now, I want to talk about the mags, okay? One of the things I like about the mags is, as you can see here, I'll kind of zoom in here. As you can see from that mag there, it is somewhat see-through, okay? So you can actually see the rounds. When I was running my M17, it was solid plastic. You couldn't see through it. So you kind of have to remember the rounds that you fired so that you know that, well, when it comes time to change your mag. This, you don't have to worry about it. You can just quickly look and see how many rounds you have left. Brilliant. Now I'm going to show you something else. Again, like I said, this is Planet Eclipse first attempt at a Magfed marker, and you can tell that they've done their research. Everything is completely on point. Okay, so let me pull out one of the mags here. Actually, I'll show you this. Do I have a mag that's tightened up? I don't. But what I'll do is, let me see if I have one that's tight. I probably should have done that beforehand, before I started this video. But I didn't. So let me just check my other mags here. Oh, and by the way, these mags, as you know, this is my chest rig right here. Okay, again, I've said it a million times, I normally run M17 mags, which are smaller than these ones. But these mags fit really well into my chest rig, okay? You don't need to get any bigger, mag holders or anything of that nature. It'll slip right in. Now, initially, just kind of talk about the mags. Initially, they were using die-dam mags, okay, where they had, I believe it was 10 and 10 or something like that, where you had to switch it around. Now they have the 20 round, full whatever, I can't remember the name now, but I can't remember what they called it. But anyways, the 20 round true feed. So you don't have to switch any mags or flip them around. It is a brilliant, like I said, a brilliant design. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up. Now it's probably going, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to spin it. I'm going to show you. Because in that, I'm going to show you where the problem is with these mags. So normal mags, what you do, you take this wheel here, or this crank, and you spin it down, right? And then you feed the balls from the top. It's a pain in the ass because it's an inefficient way of loading your mags, right? And as you know, with Magfed, there's a bit of time delay when filling your mags as opposed to using a hopper and just pouring the balls in the hopper, right? So what they've done was they've created a way, so I'll crank this up right now. Now, I'm going to tell you, this is the pain in the ass part. Now, I'm going to sound like a bitch right now for saying this, but this crank here, when you have a number of mags and you're changing them up and you're reloading and stuff like that, that crank on your finger kills you. You get kind of sore, right? And now I know I'm sounding like a bitch right now, and I'm trying not to, but the facts are the facts, right? I can take a lot of discomfort and pain, but I'll tell you, after a while, your fingers get kind of bruised from this. Now, perhaps it's because it's a brand new marker and these are all new mags. Maybe the spring and the crank is a bit stiff and it'll loosen up as we kind of start playing and using the mags. But right now, they're kind of sore. Now, listen, they do have a spot here, which you can see right in there. They do have a spot for an Allen key, but here's the problem. This is just a relatively hard plastic. Using the metal Allen key will strip this hole in here for the Allen key. So really, it's not the way to go. So anyways, let me just crank this up because I want to show you something really, really cool. Actually, I'll show you a couple cool things about that. Hold on a second. I'm going to speed this up for you guys so you don't have to watch this. See, I'm already feeling sore. See? Okay, so here we are. There it is. It's cranked right to the top, as you can see. Now, here's the cool thing. Number one, you're not feeding the balls through the top here. You can if you want, but there's a better way, and where they've kind of created it. So what you do is you just turn this dial right here, you open it up, and you simply feed the rounds through there, okay? If you're using first strike, obviously there's a proper orientation for that. As you can see from the illustration on the mag there, you can see that, I'll highlight that for you. And if you're using round ball, all you have to do is scoop it in the bag, and bam, it fills it right up. So really, really efficient. Why other companies haven't thought of this design before, I don't know. It just seems so simple, so logical, and it's just a brilliant design, okay? And then all you do is you close it up, lock it, and you're good to go. The other thing is this, unlike other magazines, so what I'll do is I'll press this little lever here, which will cause the spring to release and the rounds go up. But here's a cool thing. So this little lever here protects your balls, okay? So it protects your balls, and how you close it up, you simply press this button right here, and it'll seal it right up. Where's that button? There we go. There we go, and seals it right up. Brilliant. So when you're jamming it into your chest rig or whatever, your balls won't get damaged. Also, like I'll be playing a game this weekend. It was really, really muddy and dry dust and all that sort of stuff, dry mud. It's not going to get into your magazine and screw up your magazines. So it's a brilliant design. So again, when it comes to these mags though, the only negative associated with it is just that crank. If they can figure out a way, if they can make it like a harder plastic or perhaps a better metal, a metal where you turn the Allen key, it makes it a lot easier. But other than that, that's really all the complaints I have regarding these mags. They're just, again, it's brilliant, brilliant design. Now, the other negative, as you can see, and again, one of the main reasons initially why I didn't want to buy this marker was simply because I love that AR look, that real steel look. This doesn't really have that pure real steel look, as you can see. Some people say it looks kind of like a space gun or whatever the case may be. But really, when you kind of modify it, you add this and whatever. I'm going to get a foregrip and all that sort of stuff. And it kind of takes away from that space look, I think, in my belief. But again, really, I'm just nitpicking. The most important thing about this marker really is reliability, the accuracy, and the air efficiency. Again, when you're running around and you're in the enemy zone or you're by yourself or whatever and it's getting really hairy, the last thing you want to worry about is the function of your marker. You just want to make sure that when you pull the trigger, your projectiles fly out. And I'm telling you, every single time it has. I never had one ball break. Now, I want to tell you one other thing, actually, which I almost forgot. So this shroud here, as you can see, it comes in two pieces, okay? And as you can see right now, it's relatively loose to come out, right? So what I was doing, I was in the actually in this gameplay video that I first showed when I was sniping these guys off, I was sneaking around in the bush, right? And I'm so focused on the enemy, see, I gotta fix that. But I was sneaking around in the bush trying to snap off these enemies, and this fell off. I had no clue it fell off, right? And then I started firing, and I nailed these guys, and then I looked down my barrel, I was like, oh shit, it's gone, right? So I had to search hill and dale trying to find this thing. I obviously ultimately found it. But listen, that's my fault. That's my fault, the reason why this popped off, because in this box that they supply you with the EMF, the marker, there are clips that you clip this part of the shroud to this one, so it locks in place, so it's very, very safe. So really, that's my only complaint. And I really, I don't have very many complaints, as you can see with this marker. I'm just trying to, I don't know, pull some straws and just bitching about this marker, just trying to find something that's negative. But really, there's really nothing negative about this marker. Again, it is a brilliant one. Again, I cannot stress enough. If you're thinking about getting a marker, incline it more of an advanced marker. This is not necessarily an entry-level marker. Although, if you want to hop into what I call Magfed right away and you just want to get a good, reliable marker, I'm telling you, this is the one to go with. All right? So listen, I hope that it convinces you to get this marker. And like I said, I've said it a billion times, right? It's a phenomenal marker. I am so happy with my decision in purchasing this. And listen, if you want to win a marker like this or any other cool marker or any other paintball gear, join the other 1,500 plus paintball members in my Tonka Tactical Facebook group. We're doing a lot of cool things to grow our community, give new markers to new players, all sorts of things all around the world. Okay, actually I'm giving 2 away this weekend, one in New York and then one in Ontario. I won't be the one in New York, obviously. I'll be one in Ontario. I'll be presenting it. So it's a lot of cool things happening. Also, check me out on Instagram, just under Tonka Tactical. And again, this marker, the mags, and everything else you can get from my sponsors, who really, in my opinion, have the best prices in town. That is, again, the links are all at the bottom here. It's Tier 1 Armament Store and Tactical Sports in Barrie. And one last thing, please, if you haven't already, please subscribe, like my channel. And if you want, let me tell you one other thing. Don't leave! Don't leave. Let me tell you one other thing. I'm starting a new line of paintball t-shirts, and you can check them out on my TonkaTactical.com site, where I have apparel there. It's still in the, I'm just uploading all the images and all the, all the t-shirts are all in, kind of getting designed right now. But if you sign up right now, doesn't matter where you live, if you sign up right now to find out when the site's going to go live, I'll give you free shipping. Doesn't matter where you live, when you purchase a shirt, I'll give you free shipping, and part of the proceeds goes back into the paintball community, where we can buy more new markers for new players and other kids that, you know, maybe underprivileged kids that need markers. So please check it out. It's all geared to helping growing the community and just building it up and bringing that love with that paintball community. All right, so thank you so much, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you next time. Tonka out.